much for joining us on Sunshine Reports. My name is Oyewumi Ayinigbara. In a bid to complement Ondo State government's effort at combating the spread of Lassa fever in the state, the Institute of Human Virology Nigeria (IHVN) has donated equipment to the Public Health Laboratory in Akure. The move, in collaboration with the Ondo State government and the Nigeria Center for Disease Control (NCDC), follows the urgent need for equipment to carry out diagnosis for Lassa fever in the state capital and other areas of the state. Joy Pius tells us more.
The fight against the spread of Lassa fever has been in the front burner for government and healthcare providers in Ondo State. But the challenge of testing samples has been a Herculean task. As part of ways of bridging this gap, the Institute of Human Virology Nigeria (IHBN) provides.
We're here to establish some gaps in the control of Lassa fever, and that's included, amongst others, the fact that there is a need to establish another public health laboratory to complement the effort in FMC Owo. The state took it as a duty to decentralize this testing opportunity, and IHBN, through the funding from CDC, United States Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, took on this effort to support the facility with some equipment that will complement what already exists. And some of these equipments are the ones we've mentioned: the chemistry auto-analyzer, hematology auto-analyzer, the safety cabinets, and we have also tried to...
The Nigeria Center for Disease Control, NCDC, and the World Health Organization, WHO, commended the initiative, assuring of more collaborations.
Currently, we have 13 labs within the network. This lab here at IDH is now one of the labs as well that we are looking forward to optimize in the nearest future.
Osrc has assured healthcare workers that the government remains committed to their welfare, emphasizing the state governor's proactiveness in addressing their concerns. Speaking during an interview with Osrc, the chairman described the recent strike as a result of misunderstanding and miscommunication, noting that a platform for dialogue was provided, leading to the resolution of key issues. He further highlighted government's effort in improving salary structure, promotions and overall welfare of healthcare workers.
It's important to know that the executive governor of the state has been very proactive in terms of meeting the needs of our healthcare workers in Ondo State. The nurses' strike was a little bit of misunderstanding and miscommunication, and that was why we provided a platform of delegation of duties, a platform to discuss and negotiate the issues. And I'm very happy that part of the things that were...
has expressed concern over the ongoing brain drain in Nigeria's healthcare sector, acknowledging that the global healthcare sector is experiencing a workforce migration with professionals moving across countries in search of improved working conditions, remuneration, and security. Osrc underscored the importance of training and capacity building, revealing plans to provide more training opportunities for both junior and senior healthcare workers. He further emphasized that with continued dialogue and government intervention, necessary measures will be put in place to mitigate the rising trend of medical personnel leaving the country.
The world is a global village, and you really cannot tell people not to seek greener pastures. Here we know the challenges that people have been facing, the work environment, remunerations, and security. These are issues that have been lingering for a very long time. I think what is being done right now in the country, and especially in Ondo State, is to make sure that healthcare workers get paid very well. You're not going to pay until to the point that you bankrupt the state. But when they have challenges, when they bring out their agitations, you have to listen. They can work with. Security of lives is very important, and I think the government is addressing that as well. We're discussing with the authority. The government is trying, especially the government of Ondo State will do whatever it takes to secure the services of our doctors, our pharmacists, healthcare workers, to retain them in the state by making them comfortable. It's an ongoing process. It's not going to happen overnight. The powers that be, they have the ears of the health workers, and I'm sure things will be done to prevent them from leaving at the end of the day.
In a bid to enhance qualitative content delivery and provide the public with undiluted information, the Director General and Chief Executive Officer of Osrc Media Group, Mr. Kenneth Odushola Stevenson, has reiterated commitments to foster greater collaboration, prioritize staff welfare, and procure modern equipment for optimal service delivery. At the meeting with the leadership of the Osrc, an Orange FM chapel of the Nigerian Union of Journalists (NUJ) and the Radio Television Theatre at Art Workers Union (RATAU), the Director General assured that strategic efforts are underway to position Osrc on a larger broadcasting platform. Omoshiniola Adesoya Ajayi reports that the Director General unveiled plans to expand the station's reach and audience engagement.
The meeting of the leadership of the Osrc and Orange FM Chapel of the Nigeria Union of Journalists (NUJ) and the Radio Television Theatre and Art Workers Union of Nigeria (RATAU) with the management was to deliberate on staff welfare and the corporation's overall development. Led by the NUJ chairman Odun Ayosoya and her counterpart from RATAU, Boluwaji Bashusi. The meeting provided an avenue for frank discussions on critical issues including staff welfare, improved working conditions, and the need for capacity building initiatives to keep pace with evolving trends in media landscape. In a remark, an up-to-date clinic with certified medical personnel and perimeter fencing to enhance staff productivity and service delivery.
Our directors have come back to us, talk to us about how your plans for us, for staff, for Osrc, your good plans for us. So we just want to appeal once again to members of the staff that we should not be a clog in the wheel of our own progress, of our own success. So, sir, I just want to sincerely appeal that just take a look at these issues that I've mentioned very well and reintroduce so that the content providers can do their work exceptionally well.
Also, the chairman of RATAU, Osrc Orange FM Chapel, Mr. Boluwaji Bashusi, lauded the Director General for his commitment to staff welfare. He, however, called for transparency in the employment process and open-door policy, as well as strategies for revenue generation to sustain the corporation's operations.
Have an open-door policy. Let's have access to you. When there is breakdown of communication, there is bound to be crisis. But when there is no breakdown of communication, you will talk to us, sometimes you will abuse us, sometimes we will hear from you, you will hear from us. Then we will have good and harmonious industrial relationship.
Responding, Mr. Odushola Stevenson, rather than antagonizing it, he reaffirmed his commitment to prioritizing staff welfare and procuring essential equipment to improve service delivery and assured that all the union's demands would be duly considered.
I'm not afraid of competition.
In the media landscape,
the content we are pushing out must be good enough for, because we don't want to go there and be having content issues. Right. So, but we are working on it. I can tell you that we are working on the DSTV, and the next 4 months or so, as a matter of fact, we'll be able to accept to June. By June, we should have been able to tidy up and then be on DSTV.
The meeting ended on a positive note with a mutual commitment to fostering a conducive
areas of Ondo State converged on Accra, the state capital, for the commencement of a 2-week training on mechatronics. The training, organized by the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), is aimed at upgrading the skills of participants to enable them address emerging challenges in the automotive industry. Director General NADDC Oluwarimo Oshani
sector, especially the what we call new vehicles. The new vehicles that are coming in with a lot of technologies that are different from what we are used to in 10-15 years ago. In fact, your knowledge of vehicle 3 years ago is different from what vehicles are today. And
assurances that the state will continue to support initiatives that drive human capital development.
This is a very fantastic training program, and my advice is that our youth should take advantage of the training. So it's going to add value to the economy of the state, and our people will benefit tremendously.
The 50 beneficiaries at the end of the 2 weeks training will be equipped with tools.
we expect them go back and train more people. If you have a workshop and you have like 5-6 people within in your workshop, train all of them.
The managing director, Lavbat Innovations and Consulting Limited, where the participants will be trained, Femi Olafumuleye, said the trainees will be exposed to industry best practices in the automotive sector.
We're going to be talking about CNG, we're going to be talking about safety, we're going to be talking about business, enterprise, entrepreneurship, we're going to be talking about the ignition system, we're going to be talking about diagnostic system using the new computer scanning tools and equipment.
The participants expressed optimism that the training will position them for improved service delivery.
We have been getting some problems how to fix those cars. So, and we thank God for the NADDC for bringing this program here today, so that we'll be able to overcome those problems that we are always have in those new type for
The National Automotive Design and Development Council says it has constructed 21 automotive training centers in different states of the Federation, with 16 already equipped to further drive its mandate. Sahid Arabisala, OSRC News.
Ondo State Farmers Congress has expelled a former president of the Congress, Evangelist Joshua Oyedele, for alleged gross misconduct and unlawful diversion of items meant for members. At a press conference, the Congress, through its publicity secretary Felix Akimbobwe, said the step became necessary, having exhausted all avenues to make Evangelist Oyedele accountable and desist from acts inimical to the progress of the Congress. OSRC Saeed Arabisala again tells us more.
This press conference is at the instance of the Ondo State Farmers Congress, as executives and leadership of the body from different parts of the state gathered to boost the survival of the group. Speaking on behalf of the Congress, the Public Relations Officer, Felix Akimbobwe, said the activities of one of its former presidents, Evangelist Joshua Oyedele has been a cog in the wheel of its progress.
After leaving office, all the farmers, they elected another executive, not knowing that before Evangelist Joshua Oyedele left office, no one knew that he had sold the landed property of the Farmers Congress, which was allocated to the Farmers Congress, that Farmers Congress should use that landed property to build upon it so as to be a source of